Well, hello, World of Railways viewers. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Fred Garner, who's the veritable tour de force behind AIMREC. What's AIMREC? It's Ashford's International Model Railway Education Centre. And here to tell us all about it, its aim and purpose. Fred, you have the floor.
Good morning, Howard. Good morning, viewers. Very pleased to be with you this morning. Okay, so I got involved in AIMREC in 2019 after taking part in the Great Model Railway Challenge and needing a place to house the layouts that we built during the challenge after we'd exhibited them at the NEC at Whalley in November 2019. AIMREC had been around as a project for a while. A guy based in Ashford called Cliff Parsons, who has a well-known layout called Gresley Beat, which many viewers I'm sure are familiar with, had started a very ambitious project to build a purpose-made museum, effectively an education centre in Ashford on the old railway works site, not only just for Gresley Beat, but for other models of similar architectural historic merit. We have in the collection at AIMREC a layout that was once located in the basement of the Natchball family home in Merstham Le Hatch and was once played with by members of the royal family, including our new King Charles. So some fantastic artifacts which are well worthy of public display. So Cliff's vision was to get that material out there in a purpose-made building. Unfortunately, that didn't come to pass in terms of the original plans. The development issues around the site became too challenging. So Cliff in 2019 had agreed with the local borough council to set up AIMREC as a temporary facility in the town centre in a new development that was at that time currently unoccupied. And I approached Cliff, and very thankfully, he gave me an opportunity to put the Great Model Railway Challenge layouts alongside Gresley Beat and Penpool, the famous Gordon and Maggie Gravett layout that some of you may be familiar with, in the location. And that's how we kicked it off in December 2019.
So can you give us an idea of the sort of typical visitor to AIMREC? Is it the model railway enthusiast? Is it railway enthusiasts in general? Or is it just people that are curious to discover more?
I would say the majority of our visitors to our current location for AIMREC, which is based in a village called Betherston just outside Ashford, and also consistent with the visitors that came to see us when we're in the town centre, are families and people that are interested in railways, that have young children that are interested in railways, or are people that are thinking about starting a layout and want to come along and get some ideas.
Right.
We clearly do have enthusiasts and modelers from within the hobby who come and find us out. But I'd say the majority of people are people who find model railways fascinating, they find them inspiring, and they like to come along and spend some time with us and have a look at the art. I think it's the art of the possible is what I would say.
Absolutely. In miniature, many things are possible.
Indeed.
Now, for the viewers watching, not everybody might be aware of your background. So, Fred, please enlighten us on your background in engineering.
Well, I'm a fellow of the Institution of Civil Engineers. I've been a civil engineer throughout my whole career. I've been lucky enough to take part in some of the UK's largest projects. Like I worked for Crossrail on 10 years. I'm currently involved in a High Speed 2 project. I've worked on projects for Network Rail and for London Underground, and it's a very interesting and challenging area to work in, and it obviously has given me lots of inspiration to take into my hobby, and particularly those of you familiar with the Great Model Railway Challenge and the first layout that we built, Boadicea Park. Very much based on my experiences working at King's Cross and St Pancras over many years.
And of course, your latest project, it would be remiss if we didn't mention this, because that's really what we're here for today, is to talk about this little event that you're organising on November the 19th and 20th called Ashford180. So tell us all about it. What's the purpose of Ashford180 and what are we going to be able to see?
Well, the purpose of Ashford 180 is to celebrate 180 years of the railway in Ashford. It was November the 28th, 1842, when the South Eastern Railway rolled into town with its first train on the stretch of track from Tunbridge. Really, it changed the face of Ashford for generations. It transformed Ashford from a small, sleepy market town to a significant industrial hub. The railway works reached its peak probably around the turn of the 20th century, so around 1900. Most of you, I'm sure, are familiar with Wainwright and his locomotives like the P-class and the D-class, all products of Ashford. And we felt at AIMREC, while we might not have achieved our original aim of getting our purpose-built location for our model railways, there's nothing wrong with us sharing our passion, enthusiasm with the people of Ashford and Kent and the South East and anyone else that wants to come along by organising an event that celebrates Ashford railway history and in the process allows us to get some of our model railways on display over the weekend.
So now, as part of these celebrations, I believe you are going to return 2 locomotives to their original works, or the site of the works, originally constructed by apprentices. Can you tell us a little bit more about these?
Yeah, in the course of researching the event, we came across some information around a locomotive, a model that had been built in 1951 by the Ashford Works apprentices, which currently resides on a private railway between Horsham and Dorking. And we contacted the owner of the railway and said, look, we're holding this event. It would be really nice to return the locomotive back to Ashford. It's a model of a Bullied Pacific. It's called Fighter Pilot. It was displayed in Ashford on a carnival float in 1951. And I think spent some time after leaving Ashford Works to go to some of the Woking homes or a Woking home that was operated by the Southern Railway. It hasn't been back in Ashford probably for around 50 years. So one of the reasons for doing Ashford 180 is giving the people and their descendants who have a connection to the railway works an opportunity to come back and meet and celebrate. And it seemed very appropriate that bringing Fighter Pilot back 70 years after it was first made would be a really good thing to do. So we've got our own miniature version of Train Truckers coming up. We're going up with a trailer to collect it and bringing it back to Ashford on the Thursday before the event.
Fantastic. It's a great story. So you're also partnering with Ashford Model Railway Club to help promote this event.
Yeah, we've got over the weekend, we've got 7 different venues and the Model Railway Club are running their own model railway exhibition in a location called the Swan Centre, which is in South Willesborough and Newtown, adjacent to the site of the railway works. We're running 2 model railway exhibitions in Ashford Town Centre, one in a location called the Elwick Club, where we have models on display principally from the volunteers at AIMREC and from some of the younger supporters that come along to our Saturday morning modelling club. This is an opportunity for them to exhibit their first layouts. So the guys are all aged between 9 and 14. We've got, I think, 4 layouts on display that those guys have worked on, and they're going to be there with their parents throughout the weekend, operating and displaying the models. It's a great opportunity for them to get into the hobby and show their work off.
It's a fantastic story, Fred, and thank you for sharing it with us today. So just to finish on a final note, for anybody looking to visit Ashford 180, where do they get the tickets from?
Okay, so the tickets to there's a mix of free and paid for venues. The paid for venues are the ones with the exhibitions on. So they're the Elwick Club, they're at Ashford College, and they're the Swan Centre. The entry is by a wristband. They're priced at £10 for adults. Under 14s are free. They're available through advanced purchase on our website, which is www.aimrec.co.uk. Also, if you live in Ashford, they're available at the Beehive Cafe and Made in Ashford in the town centre. And we've produced a souvenir programme priced at £3, which gives lots of information about the event, but also about Ashford's railway history. And there's an excellent timeline in there that Ashford Museum have helped us develop that tells the story from 1842 right through to 2022.
Brilliant. Well, every best of luck with the event. I hope it's a great success. And I think it would be nice to see something like this repeat itself in the future, I have to say.
We're already looking at Ashford181, Howard, but we need to get this weekend out of the way first.
Okay, small steps, but thank you very much for your time today, Fred.
You're very welcome. No problem.
Take care. Bye-bye.